Ballerina is the fifth movie in the John Wick series and takes place between John Wick, Chapter 3 and Chapter 4. The story follows Eve Macarro, a young woman who sets out to take revenge on the people who killed her father when she was a child. Starting with the good parts, the film expands the world of John Wick. The film introduces us to Eve, whose world was shattered as a child when she witnessed her father's murder at the hands of a shadowy organization known as the Cult. She becomes an orphan and is taken in by the Ruska Roma, where she is trained as a ballerina and also becomes a deadly assassin. Eve has a similar backstory. Her childhood trauma and training are shown, but she's not John Wick, and the film makes that clear. Her trainer even tells her to fight like a girl, meaning she must use her own way to win. This actually makes the action scenes more interesting. She often has to fight opponents who are physically stronger than her. So, she must rely on her own strengths and tactics. Ana de Armas is magnetic, delivering a performance that balances steel and sensitivity. She doesn't try to be the female version of Keanu Reeves, and wisely, the script doesn't ask her to. Director Len Wiseman's camera doesn't flinch. The action is relentless, stylized, and often jaw-droppingly inventive, true to the franchise's DNA. There are car chases, explosions, gunfights, and hand-to-hand combat throughout the movie. The action is fast-paced and energetic. However, the film doesn't fully capitalize on its emotional core. Where the original John Wick gripped audiences with a revenge plot rooted in personal loss and existential grief, Ballerina treads more familiar ground. The motivation is there, but the storytelling lacks the mythic weight and restraint that made Wick's journey so iconic. The plot rushes into action before it's earned our investment in Eve's inner world. It's not hollow, but it doesn't quite land the emotional punches it aims for. John Wick also appears in the movie for more than just a cameo, but it feels like he's mainly there to attract fans. The story could work without him, but it's always nice to see him on screen. Although the action is fun to watch, Eve often gets beaten up, but then she just brushes it off and keeps going. Some scenes feel a bit unrealistic, but we're not watching this movie to complain these. Jumping into the action too quickly makes the emotional parts in the plot feel weaker than they should. It's a revenge story we've seen before. But then again, people don't really watch John Wick movies just for the story, right? Overall, thanks to the action, Ana de Armas' performance, and the deeper look into the John Wick world, Ballerina is still an enjoyable movie.